Greetings, greetings, greetings. Goddamn, I appreciate you. Salute to everybody. Good morning, good day, good night for some of you. And it feels good, man. I was out at New Jerusalem yesterday. That's what us as New Yorkers call Jersey. So ironic, man. I just had a situation with the troubleshooting situation, and you have these wires that sometimes when you're doing these live streams, audio to me is very important, and when I do live from the studio. I could be in here with, you know, one sock on and one shirt out the long sleeve, out the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Good Lord. Shout out to the Green Vegan. Cheers, baby. You know what I mean? Salute to the Green Vegan, goddamn. And it's so funny, right? Like, when you say cheers, right? I urge like a woman to kind of, do that. Like, sometimes if you have a neighbor and the husband and the wife may be walking out and she he's the friendly husband and you know the fine chick across the sea says cheers, the wife would be like, what's the what, cheers, you know what I mean? You kind of throw her off as opposed to good morning. They're gonna be like, oh, she likes you, you know what I mean? I think cheers is just a general way to come into a room, right, and kind of set the tone where it's moderate. You got things like when they tell you like the air is bad, the air quality like low and then moderate, and then red is dangerous. Your introduction and presentation is plays a very important role there that too. You gotta pay attention. So cheers to you, darling. Good Lord. In other words, basically, let's just say me and you know this woman was screwing around. You wouldn't have picked that up if she said cheers, Nate, in the chat. You know what I mean? But if she had said, hey baby, y'all be like, oh, okay. You understand? So always keep it, moderate. Keep the temperature moderate. Don't keep it rising. But I'm happy this morning now because I just got this new wire and I'm just like this shit was having a short and I'm the type of person I don't like garbage. If it I like to take a scissors and just cut the cord in half. When I get the new one, I want the company to know I know it's garbage, and if they don't know, I'm going to show you. You know what I mean? I'm a big on it. I'm going to show you better than I could tell you. I think talk is just talk is the cheap way. It just is. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to somebody, you just talk it. And I. But good morning, everybody. Good morning, and salute to everybody. Been moving around, man, and shout out to my bro, man. He had to work on one of my trucks yesterday, man. And it always feels good, man, when you just got friends that just do things and they have talent. One of my boys, he's a plumber. He's just I love watching people that do their job well. Y'all know I'm big on that. You know what I mean? I just love doing it. I love watching a woman drive a bus. I love a woman in a uniform. I love a woman that wears her work clothes and goes to work and does what she does. I just love people that know how to do what they do well. You know what I'm saying? And some people may be like, well, what if it's a mother? I'm intrigued by that too. I'm intrigued by a single woman, excuse me, a single mother that gets up early in the morning and puts these kids, you know what I mean? Like to the test. Dressing two, three, four children, man. I couldn't imagine that. Just imagine a woman that has to prepare the mother, excuse me. Let me call it like it is, because you have the woman that works and you got the mother that works, right? Big difference. It's amazing to me, man. So I seen this one sister yesterday. Once again, beautiful sister that just, you know what I mean? You know how it goes. You gotta forgive me. I look at a pretty woman different than the way people look at it, because you look at it as, well, she's beautiful. I just don't understand. I'm like, yeah, well, that's why. You know, you'll understand after I finish this stream, though. I'll tell you that for sure. You're gonna look at it different now. You're gonna be like, God, I never thought of it that way. But anyway, I see the woman come out. It was actually another neighbor. So my neighbor's asking, how's your mother doing? I'm like, oh, mom's just doing good, yada yada. But I didn't recognize the woman that said it to me for a minute, because I'm like, is that, you know what I mean? You ever look at a neighbor that looks polished, or they look younger than they looked? I couldn't believe it. And when she got in the car, I said, "Oh wow, that is, shout out to NBA City, shout out to Black Ghost Gamer." I remember me looking and saying, "Whoa, that's her." No exaggeration. Like, she just like took 10 years off of her age, maybe 15. Because I coming up around this woman, right, for years. I remember she had this militant loser. He was funny. He was a character, you know what I'm saying? You ever know somebody that's just, they so corny, they are character. So you don't even look at them as corny. Like I want to be entertained. Let me go over there. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, what's up, brother? Just still angry about, boy, this dude was just a pile of toxicity. Like, he was terrible. Terrible. Like, you to be with a man like this, you had to feel your ugliest. And boy, did she. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Please, I'm gonna be honest. When she was with him, she was toe up from the flow up. You know. But when I seen her yesterday, she had a pair of Yeezy slides on. And she looked, I looked, but she knew me. I wasn't sure if I knew her. That's how different she looked. And she said, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hey," so I'm like, so I'm quickly catching on. She's like, "Yeah, how's your mom? Mom's doing good, whatever. I haven't seen in a while. Bing, bing, bing." Um, that's what people from that era ask. They ask how your family is doing. One thing I really stress, just to interject real quick, it's very important in your age group to always ask, how is the family doing? Especially if you know that they have a family. Now, the thing is with her, I didn't want to ask her how her son was doing, because her son's a piece of crap. And you don't ask about a person and you don't speak to them. Because then she'll go tell him, "Oh, I seen Big Corey today. He asked about you." And, her son's a homo too. So you don't want to do that, especially when you don't deal with him. And the reason why I don't, because he wanted them. You ever see, because see, from the world I'm in, the wackest people believe they hot. You get it? And then the prettiest people don't believe they hot. It's the other way around. So basically what I seen with this woman within the last 20 years, no exaggeration. Right? Now I'm a community type of dude, you know what I mean? So I'll keep it there. So one neighborhood people may know me, another neighborhood people just know me because I'm just, I'm big in my community on a positive level, right? They knew my pops and they knew my sisters and shit like that. So we all grew up together for many, many years. So when I came in the game, right? When I came in when the gate, when I'm saying her, like I'm seeing a woman. So I remember she had this toxic man, angry nigga that worked for the post office. And I remember the day he was telling me when he got fired. This nigga was angry. He was angry as if his anger would fit in now. He was a pile of shit, but it would have worked better now, because this is the time to be a shithole. You know what I mean? Seriously, this is the time to complain and worry about everybody else. You know where I'm going with this, people. This is the time to worry about people that don't got shit to do with your life. This is a loser's time. I'm dead serious. 6, 7 years ago was a woman's time. You remember Me Too and all that shit was coming out, and You can't fuck with a woman, but that still applies. It's just that's what was created strong, right? A lot of women don't know that, but this is a loser's time. Like if you are a full-fledged loser, this is your time, my friend. Okay, if you are a complaining, worthless piece of shit, this is the time for you to really start speaking, because now everybody can talk. You know what I mean? You can drag somebody. You can talk. Go to the mall with them. As soon as they turn around, talk behind their back. Go to church. This is the time. Shout out to Black Ghost Gamer. You know what I mean? Shout out to TJ Chocolate. Glad to have you, man. Oh wow, wow, Jada Dawn. You know, I tell you, man, it's always good in the morning, man, when you got people, man, that just know how to just, you know what I mean? The advantage of it being a loser's paradise right now is good because now you keep your circle small. Like, shout out to Jada Dawn. I appreciate that super chat, man. That's real shit right there. Salute. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Much love, respect to you, man. I'm glad that you know what I mean. You're taking it in, man. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot here for me to unpack. So I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna try to put it out as best as I can. Thank you. Love you, bro. So when this man, I'm telling you, he was like, man, I used to. So when he lost the job with the post office, I knew he got fired. You know what I mean? You could tell a nigga that just gets fired. You know that fired look like, yeah, I know what you did. He probably said dumb. So anyway, she got rid of this loser. Then she was stuck with her son for years, man. Her dreads was looking raggedy and shit. She had some weight on her. You know that depressed weight, not good weight. You know the weight where she just had because she had these shitty men around her all her life. And the son's a loser. So you see this gay ass nigga trying to be, when you see a gay nigga's supposed to be fly. Gay niggas are supposed to be fly. Because gay dudes have a very high. I don't like to use the word self-esteem here, but gay niggas know they the shit. They know it. You know what I mean? Because gay niggas, as a man, he's still a man. You know what I mean? He's a gay man, but he gets so much a cock. He receives it. He has options. You know what I mean? He could receive it. He could give it. He could suck it. He could do any goddamn thing. So it shows with his personality. That's why people love gay people, because they're so confident. They really are. And as a man, when you get sex, you're gonna feel confident, right, fellas? They know the deal. They know that deal when they lay some pipe down on this chick. You know what I mean? My heterosexual man, and they left that house and get in the car, and that ride home is just like, God damn. I swear to goodness, I never forget this as long as I live. I remember one day, I'm not really I'm not into weed like that, but I was with this chick and I was hanging out, so puffed a little weed with her and shit, and she gave me some Granddaddy Kush. I would never forget that shit. I swear to God, that shit felt like I was flying in the air. I remember being on the FDR Drive, driving home, and it felt like I was flying, like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's called high, but I'm not. You know what I mean? I guess me and her was just. I'm like, this shit. I don't believe weed. This shit don't do nothing. Let me hit that shit. I don't believe none of this shit does nothing. I believe coffee wakes you up. That's for sure. Coffee makes me feel good. Anywho, the only equivalent thing I can say to this, and this was always my route coming home, like driving home. You feel good when you got into some pussy. You know what I mean? Like you like, damn, I hit it, especially the first time. Like, oh man, you be proud of yourself, right, fellas? You be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? She gave it to me. That first kiss, that first insertion. You putting the condom on, like, this shit's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, oh man. That part. The drive home, the shower when you get home, you like, damn. The bed, waking up to that, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Good morning. And you like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Good morning to you. You know what I'm saying? That's just a text. You text her when you got home, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep, sweet dreams. I had a good time. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you feel wonderful. See, with gay men, they get that constantly. Because men are just naturally horny. Men are horny in a woman. A man could be horny just on sight. A man could be horny just minding his business. He could go to the bathroom and look in the mirror and say, God damn, I want to fuck. You know what I mean? A woman, most of the time, you got to bring her there. Women just don't walk around with the mindset of a man. It's called Adidas. All day I dream about sex. You know what I mean? I do myself. You know what I mean? Shout out to Trinity Travels. Goddamn. Salute. I like how she put hello everyone. So salute to Trinity Travels. Much love, Trinity. I appreciate you sharing those memberships. But anyway, back to the neighbor. So now what happened is I haven't seen the son in the neighborhood. So she got rid of that polluted ass, bum ass gay nigga. I mean, how you gonna be a gay nigga and be a bum? That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? She was borrowing her car. I can't stand kids that borrow their parents' cars. And now the nigga's a grown man driving his mother's shit. He don't speak. Always angry. I'm like, man, I remember me saying, no bullshit. I said, once she gets this piece of shit out of her fucking house, she's gonna be good. He wanted him. Nigga just think he fabulous, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You can't be gay and be a bum. It defeats the purpose. Gay niggas get money. Okay? Gay niggas got the best jobs. You watch Pop the Balloon and watch some heterosexual couples. All the women got bullshit jobs. Maybe they may be a nurse every now and then, but most of the time, I'm a Instagrammer, content creator, entrepreneur, which means you're broke. You know what I mean? Men and women, that's broke talk. A studio model, you know what I mean? But when you go on that gay Pop the Balloon, them niggas always like, well, I'm an astronaut. This one is a goddamn, technical this, and they always have good jobs, and they always are into them because sex just makes you feel good, and gay people get more sex than straight men. It's just a fact, because it's at leisure, you know what I mean? But in the straight community, a nigga gotta, you know what I mean? He gotta put in a little work. So needless to say, she looks amazing, man. She looks really good, and I couldn't believe when I seen her. I said, she's stylish now. She lost a couple of pounds. She looks happier. And I didn't even, like I said, I can't ask her how her family's doing because I know I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, what happened to that fucking bum you dealt with years ago, Or what's going on with your loser son? I wish I could say that, but, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So, as y'all know, we had this conversation previously to this live stream that I did, and I kind of left y'all in limbo. Now, I want to break this down. I want to give a disclaimer for you to truly understand that there's nothing in this world like a fine-looking woman. There's nothing in this world like a fine-looking woman with a sensational attitude. That's very, very, very hard to find. Okay? There's nothing like a good-looking woman that is smart. And I'm not talking about book smart. We're talking about her smart is just as pretty as her looks. Her brains is pretty. You understand? We don't mean that she's smart in the books and she's in college. I don't care, whatever. Only thing I care about what position you're smart in is my daughter. I could care less about a woman's intelligence. I really care, in regards to what you do. But intelligent on the level of getting it. Is she society identified? Is she male identified? You know what I mean? You can be pretty and opening up your mouth and turn me the fuck completely off. I can't stand when I see a woman, for example, that, let's just say, when me and my wife go pick up my daughter at school, and when we go into the school, there's always little nice looking women that pop up. About pretty women's everywhere. This one's here, this one's there. This one nice looking woman walks in there with a pit bull. All right, whatever. But she got a nice little body on her. She cool, whatever. But then I seen one time, right? So her daughter, she picked her daughter up. You could tell she had a daughter from a black man because she looks like she's like something else. She's foreign. I don't know exactly what. Maybe she's Albanian, maybe she's Yugoslavian, but you could tell she grew up in the hood. Just her swag, you know what I mean? Like you could tell she been around us because that's the community we live in. We all mix. So one day she had this little gorilla nigga with her, and I remember the look she gave me, like more or less like I could explain. You know, it was that look. I mean, I know that look, and she knows the look. You know what I mean? It was that look, like you know, he ain't really with me type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we just be coming in. Me and wife be coming in. We just be chilling. Like, all right, we wait for our baby girl. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? We see the teachers. You know what I mean? You know, my daughter's teachers is all fine. You know what I mean? They gorgeous. But again, oh, this happened today. Okay, cool. We out. You know what I'm saying? So seeing commonly a pretty woman is a common thing. And I would like to say that I mastered this. You know what I mean? Because the way I look at things is going to be deeper than the lustful male. So the average male, we gonna look at a woman, be like, "Oh, god damn!" We black men, we live in lust. So a woman may receive that like, "Oh, I still got it," because I mean, hey, if a man could look at you instantly and say, "Shit, I would have beat that," you know. Now, my real man, we could talk about real stuff. We could look at a chick that maybe like, oh, she a little fat nigga, but she could get it. Yeah, I thought it was just me, right? I'm like, this chick is older, but oh, she could get what? Let me tell you, let me see, grandma can get it. So all of these things, right? But what does change the spectrum is just where a lot of men are intimidated by pretty women because of their physical presence. They don't know that a lot of pretty women don't feel pretty. They don't feel as pretty as you do. There's been in my past, I used to always have a lot of homegirls. And, once my daughter came in, of course, I lost all that shit, but rightfully so. But throughout the years, for years and years and years, I used to always have this question, even though I knew what I was doing. But I used to say, like, did you look in the mirror? Did you look at yourself before you came out the house? Did you ever look at your crew and realize that the only person benefiting from your crew, all of them non-attractive women, is the non-attractive woman? Like, they got you in the bunch and they benefiting because you the prettiest one. If a woman gets it, number one, she would have never went down that damn, you know what I mean? She's not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But when she doesn't get it, she's gonna say to me, "What you mean?" Now she's almost offended. I can go to the less attractive ones, all the monsters hungry, the real monsters, the one that's ugly, 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 physically. And I'm like, I know a lot of niggas be approaching y'all. You know that click. You know the way the two chicks is busted and the one fine bitch, and then the nigga approach them and the ugly bitch is like, oh no, she got a man. You know? So now the man gets mad because the ugly bitch is speaking. And the pretty one don't want to say nothing because, you know what I mean? She's not bold enough to tell that bitch, yo, shut the fuck up, you ugly bitch. You know what I mean? Because she kind of feels like the ugly one. So the ugly one is going to be, she's the confident one. She's going to be protecting us. She'll scrap for that goddamn pretty bitch because she like, we got a pretty bitch in the crew. We going to speak for her. Hold on. Age 60, hit still pretty. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just can't ever, I swear to goodness, I could never just get off this stream without getting a corny fuck early in the fucking morning. This fucking bozo nigga is telling me what he like. It ain't a woman, because a woman wouldn't say age 60 hit still pretty. No, you fucking clown. Age 60, 60 is not even old, you fucking buster. You fucking corny bitch. Don't come here, nigga. I'm not here for you, you piece of fucking dirt. You fucking lousy piece of shit. I'm not here for you, bro. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. Don't come here. Don't fucking come back here. Don't come back here, you fucking weirdo. Don't come back here, you piece of fucking dirt. Don't come back here. Get the fuck out of here. God damn, I have a hatred for fucking clown niggas. I really do. I hate you. Don't fucking come here. You're not allowed here. You shouldn't be listening to me. There's a whole bunch of platforms full of assholes. They're all over the fucking internet, especially today. Everybody's a hater. Go to a white podcast, nigga. They hate everybody. Don't fucking come here, nigga. Fucking bozo. I don't care what you like. You understand, nigga? Go get your own platform and tell everybody what you like, you bozo bitch. Okay? 60 hit, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, nobody talking about age, nigga. When I say an old woman, nigga, I ain't say shit about no fucking age. Okay, bozo? These women could probably be my mother, nigga. I'm an old nigga. Okay? Don't come here, nigga. Don't talk to me. Okay, you piece of shit. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. God, I hate. Oh, I can't stand losers, man. I'm sorry, you got me off my shit, man. Fucking clown. So anyway, the thing is, right? I feel that as a man, right? When you look at a woman, and I see how people can be intimidated from her. You see a pretty woman, you feel that shit in your heart, like shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at just naturally, even a woman will look at a pretty woman like, damn. You know what I mean? She's a pretty, you know what I mean? It's she's a pretty motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Carol. But what I notice is that if you got the ugly crew opening her mouth because a good looking nigga approaches this one fine woman, you a ugly bitch, you supposed to walk away. Let us cook. Let him cook. Don't say a word. Don't talk about she's married. She's not. We don't need to hear you, monster. Because, see, if this was a group of pretty bitches, I promise you that would come off different. Because, number one, you're not supposed to dismiss a man when a man's approaching a girl. Because if she official, she going to handle that. Now, if the nigga being disrespectful, that's different. Listen, you could tell, listen, then it's a little different. I gotta call the police or whatever. But don't say nothing, because to say something is ugly. Because if he approach your ugly ass, the pretty bitch ain't gonna say, oh, she got a boyfriend. You know what I mean? But the problem with the pretty woman, this is the issue with a pretty woman. Pretty women don't feel pretty. None of them. Let me tell you something. For years, like I used to tell my homegirls and say, why? What was it about that? Like, I got to the point now where, as a man, we ain't gay, but we can tell a good looking man because we know when we see an ugly one. But when we look at you and say, wow, you're like 32 years old, this nigga's like fucking 65. What would a nice looking woman see in a nigga like that? It's not what she sees. She can't see it. She feels it. She shows it. See, you can't go by a woman and say, all right, she got some tight pants on, nice little fat little ass. She jumps in a nice car, she's out. You got to look at this situation and who she is at home. Who's her boyfriend? What kind of nigga she had a baby from? That's going to detect what my confirmation, what I'm telling you is. Oh, Cardi B, she had a baby from Stephon Diggs. That don't count. Cardi B is a hoe. No real man's going to fucking have a baby with Cardi B. He's just not going to do that. Okay? Niggas that fuck Cardi B is usually country niggas, low-level niggas. It's not like she can't get a nigga, but nobody official. You're not going to see a man like Denzel have a baby with Cardi B. You understand? He may fuck her. He'll fuck a little hood rat, he'll hit the shit in his green room, bust off, keep it pushing, and nobody will ever know. You know what I'm saying? She gonna keep it to herself, he gonna keep it to himself, but he ain't gonna sit up there long. You'll never see them two ever marry and get with each other. It's not that type of man, ever. He just won't. That's recreation purposes only. So when you look at situation, you may say, oh, Stephon Diggs is good looking. It's like, well, where's he from? You know what I'm saying? Whether he's he probably definitely ain't from New York, because Cardi B knows most niggas in New York will run circles around her. The nigga that's locked up in jail, that's the love of her life. You think he's still locked up? You know, that nigga ran circles around her. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could. The only nigga that could control Cardi B was him. That street nigga. Nobody knew about him because he'd been locked up forever, right? So when she got with that bozo Offset, y'all looked at it like, oh, Offset's cool. But Offset's a country nigga from Atlanta. Like, she's a New Yorker. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just gonna be privileged because he's with a Latin bitch. But does Cardi B? My point is, the Cardi B, you look at it, oh wow, she's sexy, she's this, and she got her little body done, but she's on this and doing. Cardi B will never be intrigued by the world calling her beautiful and pretty as much as she's gonna be intrigued by when you call her ugly. Because she believes that. She moves ugly. Her choices is ugly. I'm not saying Offset is ugly and fucking Stefan is ugly, but at the end of the day, they're still ugly people. A nigga went up there with a woman and, she'd had 3 kids already. He throwing another baby in there. That's the type of niggas that she's going to get. She never going to get no official nigga. And you can't think official nigga is a rich nigga. You understand? A lot of times with women, you may look at a woman's status and may see her in a nice car. She may be coming to the school, picking up her kids, and live in a nice place, got a good job, because she knows how to achieve shit. She's smart. She's great at what she does for a living. Whatever she does, she knows what she's doing. That has nothing to do with nothing. But she makes ugly choices because she feels ugly. She almost can't even get past that because nobody identifies and understands that the more you tell her, wow, you a pretty woman, you can have anything you want. She doesn't believe that. You got to look at it and say, well, goddamn, you move like you ugly. Okay. Well, sometimes I feel it. Are you wearing makeup because you like to feel pretty, or you wearing makeup because you covering your ugliness? And she may she looks better with a natural face, but she doesn't feel that. She has to post something every day because she has to be told that every day. It's like, it's like going to the gym and releasing your endorphins. When you go to the gym and release your endorphins, that shit wears off. So when you wake up in the morning, you may feel yucky, whatever, I got to go again. You go in there, get the pump up, go back to your car. God damn, I'm sweating. I'm going to go and take a shower. My endorphins feel good. Boom. By the time 2-3 hours, that wears off. So it's something that you constantly have to do. So when a woman is pretty, but she feels ugly, she has to constantly work on her presentation. Now, are the majority of pretty women like this? Yes. When you see a woman, I don't understand. How could a woman choose an abusive man like that? This guy treats her like shit. He beats her up. He does this. This guy got tons of babies. You got to think on a level. If you're a pretty woman and you met a guy that has 5 kids by 5 different babies, mamas, and you didn't walk away, not because you've been there, you didn't walk away because that's beneath you, that's a loser. You don't want that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you have kids. Yeah, single parents should date parents. But if a nigga got 5 kids, you got 1, what you expect he gonna do? He got 5 different kids by 5 different babies, mama. You shouldn't even have a conversation with him. Okay? Well, what is if he's your coworker? If he's your coworker, that's your coworker. That's different. You guys work together. He can't be in the presence of you. He could barely have lunch with you during work. When he sits down, you got to know to get up. Get on a call. Tell him I got to take this call. Get it. You got to get away from him because that right there, you got to treat that like a disease, a deadly disease, highly contagious. If that nigga told you he got COVID, he think he got COVID, and y'all was at work, and he sits down with you, you gonna be like, listen, with all due respect, you just told me you think you got COVID. I'm gonna be walking over here. Have a nice day. I'll see you at work later, and get the fuck out of there. You shouldn't associate yourself with a guy like that, ever. Shout out to Laura. Goddamn, Kara says, I'm still mind boggled from yesterday's live about pretty women needed to have and be around pretty women without affecting their mentality, health, self esteem. Hey, Nate. Yes. Now, pretty women being around pretty women, that's a whole different animal. Now, the pretty woman moves like a pretty woman. It's the same way when you see the woman that's not the most attractive because she's fat and she's out of shape or whatever, but her confidence is through the roof. But you the pretty woman and your self-esteem doesn't even match hers. Because everybody told you, oh, don't be conceited. Why not? The ugly bitch is conceited. And excuse me, the less attractive bitch is conceited. She knows she ain't cute. You know that she ain't cute, but she act like she cute. You understand what I'm saying? You got to look at the level of Dame Dash. We talked about that the other day. Dame Dash may not be good at his job. Clearly not. But he's a smart man. You see, a smart man could be living in a dungeon. A smart man could be a homeless man. You ever talk to a man, you're like, God damn, I talked to this brother. I don't understand why he's on the street, living on the streets. But he's very, very smart. That doesn't come a dime a dozen. So it's hard to have a pretty woman have the mindset of a pretty woman. More ugly women have the mindset of a pretty bitch. She gonna walk outside. She ain't taking less. She gonna make sure a nigga's an 8-figure nigga. She gonna make sure it's this. And she may look hideous, but her attitude is of a pretty woman. You as a pretty woman, you got the attitude that she should have. You take what you can get. You fuck the ugliest niggas. You make the ugliest niggas your boyfriends. Your kids don't even come out looking all cute because he was fucking ugly. Amen. You had that big butt, but he hit it. You gave that to him. When? Was you drunk? Was you on drugs? What was you doing? Well, I was going through a low. That's not going through a low because a pretty woman would never make that mistake. Write it down. Never. If you look at somebody and you say, ew, disgusting, and you married that nigga later, you better tell me that the nigga won $40 billion in a lotto. That would make sense. Okay, nigga, goddamn, the nigga won 40 billion. I was making 100,000 in my job. I got the fuck up and left. That's smart. The pretty woman has the ugly duckling disease. All of them. Well, nigga, I thought you didn't say all. You have to say all because majority rules. I don't live in the world, and I talked about this with the Green Vegan. I don't live in the world of innocent till proven guilty. It's guilty till proven innocent. You got to prove to me. Because there's going to be something I'm going to say, oh, God damn it, you had a baby with that nigga? What was she thinking? We all do that. We all question and say, what was she thinking? Well, when my neighbor was with this woman, was with this guy, I remember throughout the years, I said, God damn, like, she got this bum-ass son, bum-ass man. So the bum-ass son, the father was never around because the clown nigga, that militant nigga, that wasn't his kid. I remember he told me that wasn't his kid. And now she's not with either one. They both, I haven't seen both of them. They're both gone. And now she looking better. The confidence is showing. She didn't tell me, hey, I'm feeling better today. I can see it. I can see it because I remember how low she was. I see the improvement. With the pretty woman, she blinds you. You look at her and put it to success automatically. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. So some of y'all may even think, well, what does a pretty woman have to bring to the table? She has plenty. If she's gorgeous, that's a lot to bring to the table. It is. You as a woman may not think, you may not, this one woman I'm about to share with you? Well, what if Beyonce didn't have, her talent and she couldn't sing and dance. She'd still be a fine red bitch. That's what she would be. She'd still be a fine bitch. The problem is Beyonce has the ugly duckling disease. Look at her husband. There's no way in the world that Jay-Z should have never had the time of day for Beyonce. Beyonce is supposed to be with extremely handsome men. Period. He has to be an attractive, good-looking brother. Okay? When you see Tamia and her husband, that's a good... There's no way in the world Tamia would have married fucking ugly-ass Jay-Z. No way. Okay? Tamia got her insecurities because she has an illness. Okay? There's no way that Janet Jackson should have ever been able to say, because she's finished, because she fucked Jermaine Dupri. I don't care if she fucked him one time. It's over. She's never gonna be right. Not only did Jermaine Dupri was with her for 8 years, mind you, eight years, probably 9 summers. What was she thinking? That's how we looking at it. We just can't see how in the fuck did Janet Jackson fuck with Jermaine Dupri. What did she see in him? Shout out to True. Because she's ugly. When she said, Kara, you facing on yesterday, you got Nate talking loud as well. MH says, it reminds me of The Strong Blind by SZA. SZA is a good example of why is SZA ugly. Some guys will say, oh, maybe she's not that hot. No. Don't listen to him. He's a dirtbag. SZA is ugly because SZA didn't like what God gave her. She doesn't like the way she looks. She doesn't like her complexion. She doesn't like her hair. She got surgery done. That's an ugly woman. You get it? If you look at Kayla Ray, oh, well, she's attractive, Nate. No, she's an attractive woman, but she's ugly. She's showing you how ugly she is. Look at her boyfriend. Okay? Mariah the Scientist is an ugly woman. She shows you better than she can tell you. She can't say a fucking thing. Okay? Little Kim is an ugly woman because she fucked her face up, fucked her body up, ruined her. Cardi B is ugly. Nicki Minaj is ugly. All these women that have all these impressions on society are ugly women. In one way or another, they show you that, and you don't even see it. You go by what they look like in a magazine or on the internet. You see a picture and say, God damn, she looks amazing. Wow. No. She's not ugly because she's a single mother like that fucking ape told you. But he's ugly if he got 5 different babies' mamas. How do you look at a man and give him the time of day to even have a... He shouldn't ask you a direction. What time is it? He shouldn't be able to even say, yeah, I fucked her like 25 years ago. That's what he gonna tell me. I've had women where I've talked to a dude and he said, man, I hit that shit back in 92. And I'm like, you hit that? And I talked to the woman. She says, yeah, it was a fling. And I was like, what was going on with you then? This was over 30 fucking years ago. I'm still asking her, what was you thinking then? Well, and they always show you. You judge a woman by the company she keeps. You judge a woman by her presentation. Now, when you got a fly bitch, that's a whole different level. She's not attainable. You can't break her down because she's too smart. She gonna look at you. You know what, nigga? You could cut my grass and that's about it. You know what I mean? But I'm not fucking my guy. I'm not gonna sit here and be fucking my goddamn gardener. Now, if the nigga that is cutting the grass is because maybe that's the nigga she fucking, he takes care of my garden, literally. He just a good old nigga. Me and him are together. He got his own business and he cut my grass for free. That's different. She ain't even got to be fucking the nigga. Because that's pretty girl movements. The ugly bitch is fucking a nigga to save $90 a month for the nigga cutting the grass. That's ugly shit. So a lot of pretty women, when they're taught their beauty is so powerful because this is a world that we live in where that resonates. She doesn't have to offer much. She doesn't. Her beauty speaks in volumes. If Beyonce did not have her talents, she still would be successful with her beauty. However, if she goes the ugly route, she's finished. You get what I'm saying? Just face value, she's going to have an attraction. But now it's all about how she moves. You understand what I'm saying? Emily says she talks a lot about insecurities in her supermodel, blind, Kill Bill, normal girl. She's very open about it. Okay, so this is what happens with a girl like SZA. SZA is a dark-skinned woman in a light-skinned society. Okay? She believes that, right? Okay, this ain't like Karen White, where, you know, the Karen White days where a woman really executed her beauty through her music and the way she moved. You know, it's like watching Debbie Allen, right? You know, Felicia A. Allen's sister, and watching Debbie Allen and seeing that Debbie Allen's a fine ass woman. She always was a fine ass woman. You can see she's fine. Look at her husband. People are afraid to admit that. Look at her husband. Look, how long has Debbie Allen been married to that man? Isn't she in her 70s? You think he ain't still tapping that pussy? They're a good looking couple. Good looking couples, you can't fuck with that. Good looking couple, good man. They you know what I'm saying? That's the highest level that a pretty woman should have. That's the only level she should have. She can't go less. She can't be seen in public with a monster. But then she may think it's a flex because the thing is, nobody intrigues her more than somebody that thinks that she's an ugly bitch. See, one thing about that monster nigga, he the one that could. What he says matters. Yeah, bitch, nobody gonna want you anyway. It hurts her when he says that, cause she believes that. That's why she's with him. A lot of y'all got family members, daughters, nieces. You're like, I just don't understand. I know you don't. You gonna understand today. The prettiest woman believes she's the ugliest woman in the room. You ever watch a fine bitch and watch another fine bitch walk in the room and see what happens? She fixes her hair. She goes to the bathroom, makes sure her shit is tight. She sees how the room went from her to her. You understand? Instead of saying, you know what, we got all these pretty girls, we need to all be together. That's what the fly bitches would do. Oh no, we need to have her over here. Come over here, darling. We all kicking it. You know what I mean? Because now you know you got a damn fortress. The average nigga ain't gonna approach 3, 4 bad motherfuckers. He's just not gonna do that. Because now he knows he approaches one, he gotta approach all. But when 4 of your girls is busted and you got one cute chick, that don't work. She shouldn't have been there. Kara said, do you think Kayla Nicole is an example of this? She is viral now from a Chris Brown concert. I don't think black women support Chris Brown. Let me look at who this is. Let me go to her Instagram. Um, Kayla Nicole. I don't know who that is. Let me see. Who are you talking about? Kayla. Okay, I got it. Okay. Okay. Let me go to this right now. Hold on. Okay, so Kayla Nicole. All right. Okay. Okay, so what happened with Kayla Cole? Look, so she's viral now from a Chris Brown concert. All right, so what did she do with this, Kayla? Let's see what she did. I could show myself better than I could. You know what I mean? Let me show myself. So Kayla. I'm his friend. He ain't giving nothing away to the loved ones. You gotta earn it. You gotta work it. I can't deal with Meth Bleak. I can't stand Meth Bleak talking. He's so fucking stupid. I can't stand a stupid fuck. Kayla Nicole, Chris Brown. Okay, let me see what she's doing. Let's see if she did some thirsty shit. This is a good question. Okay, let's see what she's talking about. All right. Okay, hold on. Number one, let's stop this here. Chris Brown don't even like dark skinned women. Let's get that straight. Who doesn't know that? You gotta know certain things that we don't know each other, but we all know each other, right? You know that Charlemagne's a pussy. You know that Angelique's corny. You don't know him personally, but we know this. We all know that Chris Brown, he said it. He said it in his music. He said it in interviews. That's why they don't even like him to talk, because Chris Brown is very talented, but he's extremely dumb. Okay, Beyonce's talented, but she's stupid as a motherfucker. Beyonce is dumb as nails. Beyonce has to have somebody speak for her. Forget bodyguarding. Beyonce always needs representation because she can't talk. You cannot, as a brown skinned woman, and you that thirsty to jump on stage for Chris Brown, knowing that this junkie doesn't even embrace dark skinned women. Why would you go on stage like that? Because she feels ugly. She went up there. She knows it. She's gonna force it on him. You know what? Fuck it. He gonna like me. See, a real fly bitch would have never walked on that stage. If Chris Brown pulled her up, that would have been different. It's one thing if Chris Brown came there and pulled her out of the crowd. That's different. Okay? He wouldn't have did that. And if he did, it's because he probably caught flack on social media that he doesn't embrace dark skinned women. So now he's gonna pull one out just because he needs the publicity. Okay? French Montana did it. They all do it. Once that shit leaks that they don't like chocolate sisters, knowing that the majority of women that go to their concerts are chocolate women, more chocolate women go to Chris Brown. Dark skinned women go to concerts more than light skinned bitches. They just do. It's a fact. They do. You got to think of it like that. Well, Nate, what if the girl was light skinned with a big old fat ass? She still has the ugly duckling disease because he didn't pick her. It's even worse for her, for Kayla Nicole, because Kayla Nicole was so desperate. Okay, I've never seen this video. I just seen 2 seconds of it. Let me play more. She would have probably sucked his dick right on the stage. He didn't even come over there. Now she got her hands in the air. Come on, you know what, sisters? Seriously, you gotta know where you're loved. If you gotta get on stage and do all that, knowing that if you look like Carucci, he would have probably went crazy on you. You understand what I'm saying? You got to think on a level of, you walked on stage. Now, if this is part of the act because Chris Brown, requested it, again, then that's different, right? But he did not pick you out the stage and say, God damn, ladies and gentlemen, this is one fine bitch. And then appears, you get this beautiful woman that is mad sweet. She gets on stage, he turns her around and she goes back in the crowd. There's this video where I believe Albie Shore is singing to this woman. I think Albie Shore pulls out the stage or something on Apollo. I will never forget how fine this motherfucker was. But from a male perspective, for him to see that had to be a bad bitch. He never pulled her out the crowd. Where's she coming from? It's getting now she's waving her hands in the air. Oh my God, he's not even going near you. He's turning her down. Now she's clapping her hands. Because you know why? She watching all these viral pictures of Chris Brown got these women around his waist because they spent $1,000 to take a picture. Those are ugly bitches. Oh, Nate, it's pretty girls. No, you're not listening. listening, the woman that paid Chris Brown to take a picture is an ugly bitch. That's crazy. If Chris Brown was in a limo and he's in Midtown Manhattan, he sees this pretty woman going to work and he pulls over and says, "Oh my God, I gotta say something," and she sees that it's Chris Brown, that's different. Kayla Nicole is looking crazy. This is that scissor bullshit. See, the problem with y'all sisters, y'all too much on that fucking black man. You know, if he don't like you, why force it in his face? He not even coming over near her. He don't want to hold on stage. Oh man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let us pray. God, please give me the strength. Give me the strength. Give me the strength to not give up on these sisters. Please, please. Amen. Enough is enough is enough is enough. You waited for this nigga to get in between your legs, boo. How thirsty could you be? This is fucking horrible. I told you. What did I say? Didn't I say she would have sucked this dick right on stage? I never seen this video. What did I say to y'all a few minutes ago? I said she would have sucked this dick right on stage. I could tell. See, you got to look at a woman like that and just say, you know what? It's so sad. Because once I go to her Instagram, I'm going to tell you where that shit means nothing. This is painful to watch. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my God, yo. Oh God. See what I mean? That's whack. A fly bitch would have never did that. She would have never walked on that stage. There's some woman he couldn't even pull out the stage. They would have had the foresight out. And then he would have realized this ain't the type of chick I could put down on a bed and hump her. I'm just going to sing to her. He knows. We know when we can violate you. God damn, she's on my dick. She's still over here. I'm trying to do the concert. Okay, let me go over there and stuck my dick in her mouth. That's what he did. Believe me when I tell you, if he could have did it, he would have did it. He would have just pulled it out. She would have sucked it right there. I'm telling you, right? She would have sucked it. She would have swallowed him right on stage. Because she feels ugly. This is a crying shame. Okay. Tanya said Chris Brown just disengaged his social media accounts because of the black lash. I'm telling you, he said it. I'm a Chris Brown fan musically. You know what I mean? I don't like him as a person, but I like his music, right? But you know what I mean? Why can't y'all just like a nigga's music? Sometimes it's listen, y'all, hey, I like the person. You may not like their lifestyle. I didn't like the fact that Luther Vandross was gay, but I loved his music. You went up on the stage and you sat in that chair. You knew what you wanted to do. You ain't even like first of all, you walked up there. That's the number one. That's the problem. So absolutely, and the cycle continues. The image of the black woman is further. Yeah, this look bad. You're not white. You can't do what that white slut does. Oh, why not? Because you're not white. Why would you want to do what she does? You don't want to do nothing a white bitch do. You're black. They do everything you do. Let them be what you. Let them try to copy you. Don't ever copy them. You understand where I'm coming from? When y'all get to Nate to pray, I'm trying to tell you. Wow, this is terrible, man. Let me. This is really bad. Wow, she played herself. That's disgusting. What a nasty bitch. Thirsty. That's terrible. You see what I mean? Only an ugly bitch would do something like that. See, don't you expect a monster? You know, she could, oh, God damn it, I'm going to get what I can. You know what I mean? An ugly bitch will approach you. Ugly bitches approach niggas. You know what I mean? You can't be no pretty bitch and approach no nigga. You know, pretty ain't just your look. Pretty is everything. Pretty is also a curse. There's certain things you cannot do. You can't conduct yourself a certain way. You can't work at a certain job. If you're at your job and your boss is and this person knows where I'm going with this, and your boss is like, well, I know that you work for this and do that. We need you to go get the coffee. You need you to go to the store and get some donuts and give some flyers out and you can't do that. That's ugly bitch work. You can't be no pretty bitch out there in the middle of Times Square giving out no flyers for fucking damn Lane Bryant or any, you know what I mean? Wherever you work, you can't do that. You got to tell your boss, say, no, I'm not doing that, sir. Well, it's your job. I said, well, if that's my job, I'm just going to leave today. I'm not doing that. That's beneath me. You could tell that fucking ugly bitch to go do it. I'm not doing that. He'll never forget you. Okay? You teach him a lesson, as a matter of fact. They want to believe that it's a bad to win for the dark skin. They want to believe that it's so bad that it's a win for dark skinned girls. Well, this is the problem, right? The dark skinned woman in the 80s, early 90s, 70s, they didn't do none of this. They was part of dope groups. There's this group called the Dynasty. Remember the song, Here I Am, I'm begging for you, here I am. They had a fine brown bitch in there and a fine yellow bitch. Let me just show you. You know what I mean? This shit right here is social media center. So a lot of chocolate sisters don't even rep. They're not even repping. Because they too busy trying to be the white bitch. They too busy trying to be the white bitch. They want to be what the black man likes. You can't do that. Okay, a fly bitch doesn't think like that. A pretty girl doesn't think like that. You know what I mean? You can't move that way. There's certain things you have to do. You are the epitome of the black woman. You can't do what that white slut does. You know what I mean? He just trashed her. He could have did that. That's what a white girl's supposed to do. That she's supposed to get on stage, turn around, let him hit it, pull. You know what I mean? She's supposed to do that. Let me pull this group up. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. This painful video. This is terrible. Look at her. Oh my God, bro. You look crazy, man. Get the fuck out of here. That looks, she just did some white liver shit. That's crazy to me. Why would you put yourself out there like that, darling? You know that black man on social media gonna drag you because he don't like you any fucking way. You know what I mean? Like, why put yourself out there? Why you ain't just go classy with it? So there's this group right here called the Dynasty, right? Hold on. Okay, so this group, I love this group here. This is an old school group. Hold on. Here I am. I need to play the song that they're known for. Okay, hold on. This is the song they're known for. You heard this song before. Hold on, let me show you. How to treat her. Okay, let me just show you my point here, right? It's fucking these groups then see all this ugly duckling shit y'all doing now. This was a low key thing. You know, Tina People that got abused, we know Tina Turner had the ugly duckling disease, by the nigga she chose. It was not, what I mean? It wasn't common. Look at these fine bitches on stage in this group. This group had this chocolate sister and this light skinned bitch, and it was a black man leading it. Trying to make it just like you. I'll open my door to you, but heartaches, I'll let you know. I don't look at her. Look at that woman, right? See, that's why I went with me. I feel that dark skinned sisters now do not represent at all. They didn't carry the torch because it was all in history. History has been proven that the black woman was supreme. Y'all listen to these fucking apes. You started listening to these apes, and then you let yourself go. So now you start doing corny shit like that. The white bitch would go up there and let Chris Brown run a train on her. And now you want to go up there and make a viral moment and let it get on your fucking back. In this group, you expect that light skinned bitch to do that. Sorry, light skinned, but you know what I mean? She's half breed. She got a white daddy, white mother. You expect her to be like that. You are fool. These women had no surgeries or nothing. And look how fucking amazing she is. What's the excuse? Okay. Watch. Show you what I'm gonna do. Just feel love when you want it. I need it too. 'Cause if you want a love that's real, I can give you that. Be your woman or your friend, that's how I feel. Oh my fucking goodness. Good Lord have mercy, man. Yo, man. Y'all got it all wrong, man. I'm telling you. Y'all got it all wrong, Sean. Y'all got it all wrong. You listen to Chris Brown, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Y'all go to social media and think that the dark skinned woman is less privileged. Now, not then. Look at first of all, just watch how she got. Just watch how don't get it fucked up. The light skinned chick was cute too, but just watch how this sister came up there with all that natural body and fucking just took it. Look at the confidence on her. Watch. Look at the lead. Look at the background singers, sisters, black women. Like it didn't matter. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. See? So when I'm thinking of dark skinned sisters, I'm on a whole different level than y'all. Y'all thinking about that fucking corny bitch. It was with Chris Brown. I don't deal with shit like this. This is the type of shit I see. So when I get a compliment from a woman like her, and she's, 30, 40 years older, it's a bigger deal to me than getting a compliment from some young bitch. I don't look to get compliments from young kids at all. I'm not even into them. These groups, this music, this is my favorite music in the world is old school R&B, classic R&B, soul music. So I'm into the people that was on stage. The niggas as players, they got the baddest bitches on stage. And them chocolate sisters back then was nothing to play with. None of them. I don't care if it was Grace Jones. There were none. That old ugly duckling disease bullshit, that's some internet bullshit. And that's why the woman is getting on Instagram posing naked to be thirsty. Look at her. Look at that. They both getting along. Both dancing. They both, you know what I'm saying? Both of these bitches is bad. One is slim, the other one's thick. Natural beauty. Look at it. Look at the confidence. You understand? Look at you know what I'm saying? This is what was happening in the 70s and 80s. I don't pay attention to that garbage. Look at this. Look at her. Look at this sister, man. That's just a fine bitch. Oh my God. No internet, no social media, nothing. 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 But y'all, this was a group. This was a real R&B group. The women had talent. They knew how to sing. They knew how to look good. Okay, they didn't need that. They didn't need that shithole. Everybody complimented each other. Look at that. See the confidence. Look at that. Look at the gear. The same gear. This video is like 40 years old, 50 years old. Look at the gear. You can't tell me nothing, man. I'm the wrong one to play this game with. Okay. I'm the wrong one to play this game with. A black man, I wouldn't look what happened when that guy said, "Oh, a woman in her 60s could get." I don't listen. I don't talk to guys like that. They don't get it. These women were naturally beautiful, and this is history. Y'all showing me the present shit. That's actually retarded. It should be the other way around. This should have been current, and that other shit with Chris Brown should have been like, "God damn, y'all came a long way. Y'all going backwards." You can't be an ugly bitch and do ugly things at all. You see them showing their ass and smacking each other's butt. Nothing. All these niggas, look, the niggas is fly. It's Mr. Silver right here. This nigga was the man. Look at him. All these dudes was good looking niggas. No monsters here. And they had amazing women helping them sing the chorus. Come on, man. You just can't play with me with this shit, man. The dynasty. I don't care what they look like now. It doesn't even matter. This is what they were doing before you were born. You guys are just terribly late on shit. Hold on. It's terrible, man. You listen to that ape. It's a prime example. You could tell that you got ugly duckling disease because you listen to that fucking monster. Look at that. Look, I don't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself. But even they look at their costumes. They were sexy then, you know? So when we come into this world where you got to do this, come on now. Don't be fooled by a pretty woman in 2025. They all feel like shit. If you don't believe me, call the bitch ugly and see if she go off. Because she believes it. If you a pretty bitch and a nigga call you ugly, why would you pay attention? What's that desperate bitch that responded to Dame Dash? She's another fucking clown. What's her name? This chick is this Kayla Nicole is a thirsty fucking pick me. She's whack. I don't like her. She gives a bad look. I don't like dark skinned women that give a bad name to dark skinned women. We got them in a fucking hole already. I don't like women like that. What's this thing doing? Yeah, it's crazy. I just can't. Claudia Jordan, thank you. Claudia Jordan is a pick me. She turned me off last night. You know why? Because first of all, Claudia Jordan. Let me explain something to you about being a pretty fly bitch. When niggas talk about you, don't respond to them. Because he's doing that on purpose. He's doing that to bait you, and you fall right into the trap. If a nigga, you walking down the block and nobody wants to speak to you, and you like, yeah, fuck you, you ugly bitch. I didn't want you anyway. Now you want to go off. That got your attention because you feel that. You feel that. That's why you responded. He said hello to you, how you doing? And now you didn't respond. Oh, fuck that ugly bitch. Oh my God. She went right on here. She didn't even waste any time. Oh my God. Okay, here's the video. Let me see. Where's the shit at?
Claudia Jordan calls out Dame. Hey guys, I'm out here playing in this golf tournament and my phone is blown up with notifications.
Why do you care, you stupid bitch? Hold on, y'all. Oh, this is a good one. Hold on. Why do you care what he says? Why do you care? You big head bitch. You actually jumped on this thing to respond to Dame Dash Claudia Jordan. Why? How whack could you be? You're studying for a okay, let me show you the insecurity what I'm talking about. Watch this. Now you look at it and be like, oh Nate, she looks good. Then the black man's like, oh yeah, well, she looks good for her age. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to nothing he got. Don't listen to nothing that fucking butt fucker got to talk about. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to nothing he has to say. That includes Dame Dash. In other words, this is what I'm saying. Dame Dash is smart. But if he baits you and says all black women ain't shit, don't respond to that. He's smart, but he's a troll. You know what he's doing. The nigga's a wizard. He knows you're gonna respond to that. Don't pay that nigga no mind. You can't pay. You can't pay with Dame. Listen to me. If you watched the interview and you took note, like, oh yeah, Dame Dash taught me some shit. No, just only thing you should have learned from there is that Charlemagne and Envy is stupid. That's it. They're dumb. That's it. That's all you should pick up. Dame Dash is smarter than them. End of the story. Okay, he mentioned Claudia Jordan about some alleged case that's going on, and her chicken head ass jumped right on social media the minute. Now watch it. She's gonna say it herself.
Dash after his breakfast. Hey guys, I'm out here playing in this golf tournament and my phone is blown up with notifications.
If you're playing in a golf tournament, why do you care about washed up Dame Dash? Why do you care, Claudia Jordan? Why do you care? Because you're ugly. That means if he had said you're an ugly bitch, you would have went right to social media because you feel that way. You want him this to say, oh, Claudia Jordan's my girl. You wouldn't have responded to that because that's what you want to hear. You want validation. So now the nigga spoke on you and now you're going to jump. Who cares?
That Dame Dash once again has my name in his mouth when he should be having Polydent tight grip in his mouth instead.
Oh my God, that's getting old. Yeah. You can't diss a nigga that takes his teeth out in the middle of an interview, darling. He doesn't care. The nigga's teeth is falling out. He's pulling his teeth out in the middle of interviews. He don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. You should have exposed him if he didn't want nobody to know that. That's old, bro. Come on, why you got made up? You actually got your hair and makeup done, and you press record on your phone. Come on, you thirsty bitch. That's whack. That's corny. That's corny as hell. That you turn me off. I don't fuck with you no more. You know what's funny with you? You hang around all them gay niggas and you keep getting all this gay ass goddamn makeup done. You be looking like them. You look like a transsexual because I saw you hang around as homos. Doesn't matter what he says about you because you care because you feel ugly. That's why you're speaking. You're doing what the ugly bitch would do. A ugly bitch got nothing to lose. If you're a pretty woman and that ugly bitch says I'm gonna scratch your face after school, she's gonna do it.
Putting those cheap ass dentures in place instead of worrying about me. Why do you keep trying to bring me into your mess? You've been seeing
because he knows you're a mess. You are a mess. He's not bringing you to it. You're a mess. You socialize with him, corny. And now you're gonna go back on a Breakfast Club and make an interview and actually took and got up early in the morning to sit there and talk about it because another man talked about you. You're whack. You always been corny. Oh, but Nate, she got a pretty face. She's ugly. She feels it. I can't make this up. She's showing it better than she's telling you. This is ugly girl mentality. You actually uploaded this video. This is your personal phone.
Everybody, you lost every single lawsuit and you owe the government all this money, yet you keep trying to bring me into your bullshit. I've been quiet. On the set of Dear Frank, you were wildly inappropriate. You did shit on that set that should have shut it down, okay? Very inappropriate the way you were carrying on with the women on set.
Oh, now you gonna come on now, sister. Come on, you. What are you gonna call yourself, a diva because you got on hair and makeup? Okay, you can be bait. He could have called you Claudia Jordan's breath stink, her pussy stink. You would have jumped right on social media and defended it because you're ugly. Only an ugly bitch would do that. A pretty fly bitch would have never. You think a pretty bitch would have had the time to respond to this nigga? She wouldn't even be in that nigga's mouth. Okay, she would have never talked about him. You can't go to Maya and have a conversation about 50 Cent and Uncle Murder talking about this. You can't go to none of them with that. That shit is corny.
And what you did to me during the one scene was fucked up. I've not embarrassed you yet because everybody else has done that job for me, and including yourself. But if you want to keep running your mouth, then I'm going to tell my side. You was a pervert on set. You were disgusting. The things you did with that pointy.
Why you ain't just talk about this before, Claudia? You big head bitch. Why you didn't talk about this before? You know why? Because you probably was a pick me. You probably wanted to fuck with the nigga because he's Dame Dash. Maybe he could still introduce me to Jay-Z. Okay? Knowing the nigga's washed up, but why was you around him then? You see what I mean? You got to look at this different. Claudia Jordan's a clown, man. She's a clown. Okay? Don't listen to nothing that she's talking about.
What you tried to do to get me ready for a scene with you while your shunt was showing out of your chest and you thought you was hot, you were not. You were a fat mess.
Oh, come on, boo. How old is this bitch? Somebody tell me how old she is. You give in. See, you give a real. You make the older woman look bad. If you're so classy, why would you just ignore this man? Okay, you remind me of the woman where a guy tries to talk to you, you don't say nothing, and he's like, "Yeah, you ugly bitch," and now he gets your attention. 52? Come on now, boo. Come on now. You already went through the fumbling 40s. Okay? You know the 40s is when all the depression starts. Now you coming into your 50s with that shit. That's supposed to be the best time of your life. Why do you respond to Dame Dash is a troll? He knows what he's doing. That's like responding to 50 Cent. Who does that? That's corny, boo. You're whack. I can't give you no credit on that. Now let's see. She jumped on the Breakfast Club today. Now I bet you watched this. Oh boy. Oh no, that's 3 weeks ago. She's a groupie.
Claudia Jordan, born in 1973, has had a dynamic romantic history. She first gained attention in 1997 for her relationship with R&B singer Genuine. Over the years, she was linked to actor George Fagazia, Olympic sprinter Maurice Greene.
She fucked a lot of niggas. See, this is disgusting. See, that's another thing too. You got to understand that. You 52 years old, boo. Come on now. You know what I mean? You fucked a lot of niggas. Now you still around these celebrities still, Claudia. Come on now. You make the single woman look bad. How come none of these relationships worked? Explain that to me.
And NFL player Simeon Rice. In 2002, she had brief encounters with rapper Nelly and NFL safety Darren Sharper.
God damn, you fucked everybody.
By 2008, Claudia was in a relationship with NFL star Dwight Freeney, but it was short-lived. She also dated Big Tigger.
Damn. God damn, you nasty bitch. That's ugly. That's ugly. Well, Nate, the guys were good looking. That's ugly. You fucked too many niggas. There's too many niggas in the game. You fucked all these celebrity niggas. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Alleged. You know what I mean? This is crazy.
A
Why don't you make a video about this and deny it? But you're going to respond to Dame Dash. You a groupie, boo.
radio and TV host. In July 2016, she became engaged to actor and rapper Medina Islam.
What happened to that? What happened to that? What happened to that? Well, now you got to learn. Okay, these are good-looking men, but she got a terrible track record. She fucks too many niggas in the game. Too many celebrities had this pussy. That's ridiculous. So now you're a toss. That's not cute. That's only an ugly bitch would do that.
Marking a significant milestone. Despite her eventful love life, Claudia does not have children and has expressed regret for prioritizing her career.
So what's the point of fucking all these niggas? I don't get
over starting a family, offering a candid reflection.
Oh my, that's the problem. This is the problem right here. This is the problem, Claudia. Okay? This is the problem, sister.
Her personal journey. Claudia Jordan, born in 1973.
Wow, that's a damn shame. See, that's a waste of a beautiful woman. You fuck too many niggas. That's ugly. Ugly bitches do that. An ugly woman should always have a higher track record than a pretty bitch. So if you're a pretty bitch with a high track record, that means you're an ugly bitch. You can't be accessible when you're a pretty woman. Pretty bitches don't do that. Ugly bitches do. Okay? She's disgusting. That's nasty. Let's get back to this bozo and see what she's talking about. Okay. Let me go to her page. And she pinned this shit on her Instagram. Oh my God. She pins it on her Instagram. Oh my God. She pins it on her Instagram. She puts the video up. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is her page. I can't make this up. Let me read her. Hold on. Oh, maybe she's gonna cut it off when he started fucking on the couch. Let me see if she cuts it off. Oh my God. Oh my God. He got his hand around her neck. Wow. What a pick me. That's an ugly bitch. Well, that was fun. I had to really do it for the teenage blasting the CB in her bedroom, for the mini me who saw him at her first concerts, for the woman who sometimes feel like she has to be a monolith instead of a multi-layered. I did it for the smart girls. No, bitch, there's nothing smart about that. I did it for the smart girls. I did it for the cool girls, the sexy girls, the fun girls, for all of us who are. No. This is all wrong. This is all wrong, darling. Okay? You did it because you're a hoe. You did it because you're thirsty. You did it because you want to get validation because you heard Chris Brown doesn't like chocolate. So you went up there any fucking way. Okay? And you gave him your world. That's what you did it for, you ugly bitch. That's what it was. Oh, Nate, I don't think you can't tell me nothing. She's showing it better than she's telling it. And she just told it. She could, not only did she show it, these are her words. Okay? She's just gonna force it on him. God damn it, you know what? This is what girls should do. No, fly bitches don't do that. There's women in that crowd that look 10 times better than would have never walked on that stage. You knew what you was gonna do the whole goddamn time. You slut. You knew what you was gonna do. But I can make a difference right now. You put the edit to this. You put your music on this. Wow. Wow. You actually put one of his old songs up there because you thought you was one of these fucking yellow bitches. You thought you was one of them. Oh yeah, these are my homegirls. We got a nice clique. Oh yeah, that's who he wants. He don't want you. You did all that shit for nothing. You went on stage and did all that. He really wants your friends. Your friends was like, no, I don't listen, we love Chris Brown, but we're not doing that. And Chris Brown's gonna be like, yeah, you know what? Bring your friends. And there's a girl that I know that left a let me see. There's a girl I know that left a comment. You had the man forget he was performing. LOL, I smile with pride, like, yes, this is your moment, girl. Snatch his. Well, she's not part of the B mindset. Clearly not. This is a girl that I happen to know. I could see a comment there. Because they show you when it's people that follow you, their comment pops up there. Right here. ST9080. And she's a fucking busted bitch herself. Nobody said there, damn, bitch, you played yourself. Nothing. Wow. 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 You're just super whack. She's whack. She's whack as hell. Look at her. Look at her. Just trying so hard. Okay, you don't like yourself. Look at your makeup. You want to look light skinned. You want to be a white bitch. You don't like your hair texture. You don't like the way your face looks. Okay? You don't feel pretty, so let me go up there and show Chris Brown I got some good pussy. That's ugly bitch shit, boo. Believe me, you're gonna look at a woman differently. Not for you, man. I don't care what your apes ass think. But, okay, woman, you're gonna see pretty women in a whole different light. They're gonna show you better than they can tell you. You watch. Wow, you actually walking. So you had this. You had this all intended. You actually got the camera following you into the concert, going to the backstage because you know you're gonna jump on the damn. You know what I mean? Wow. Let me see how she feels about herself with her pictures. Let me hear about the type of.
You ever heard of the red car effect?
Yeah, like you get a ticket when you see a red car because
Nah,
you
nah,
look
nah,
for it because
nah.
it's going too fast.
Nah. That's a different effect.
No, Mel, you shouldn't be in a room with him. You shouldn't be in a room with this fucking monster. You shouldn't be talking to him. Stop talking to these whack podcasters. You see what happened with Charlamagne the other day? He got demolished. Stop talking to these niggas. Your pick-me ass is up there with that goddamn white makeup on your face. Okay, Mill identified.
Okay.
If I asked you how many red cars you saw on the way here, you wouldn't be able to tell me.
Right.
But now that I bring,
Don't listen to this country ass nigga. That nigga ain't talk about cooking chitlins. Don't listen to him. Don't talk to him.
I don't need a prenup. Heather, if you're trying to take any money from me or do anything, use it. One. Like, why would you ever try to do that?
She's whack. These women don't even like their blackness. They all look like SZA. Not even happy with your blackness. You know what I mean? You're not even happy with your skin complexion.
Common misconception about basketball culture that, like, oh, if girls play basketball, they're going to turn out gay. Mm-hmm. What is your opinion on that? And do you feel like that impacts?
Why you got the fake eyes for, darling? Oh, my God. You just hate yourself. Now it all makes sense. I can tell just from the listen to the podcast.
My manager was hunting me down to do this dry shampoo partnership. I had to tell that lady, I said, I am a black woman. We don't use.
No, you're not a good representation of black women.
Get ready with me for a pool day in Miami.
Oh, she's going to show her ass. Watch her show her fucking body. Watch this.
Makeup by the pool is criminal, so we're just giving bare skin today.
Oh,
bare
boy.
skin.
Hey, let's get naked. That's it. Oh, boys. Oh, my God. Was this necessary? Oh, it was for a promotion because I'm an ambassador. This is not necessary, darling. Now you got to show us that you can get naked. We showed you. You did it on Chris Brown's stage.
Everybody, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy. Okay. Love the swimsuit. Super
Look at that. Now, this is the sad part about it. Let me just let this be clear. So, Nate, is she attractive? Absolutely. She's an attractive, gorgeous woman, but she's ugly. You get it? She doesn't feel pretty. That's why she has to get on pay. That's why she got to get on the internet and show her fucking body. You think her father would appreciate this shit? You think her brothers would appreciate this? They're going to say, why would you get up there and show your body? Oh, I'm grown, I'm this. No, no, no. That's the answers what that fucking ugly bitch gives. All right. Why do you feel you had to show your body? The caption says nothing about this being a brand. Okay. You're not posing for with swimsuits for Drea. Why? Let's see if she turns around.
We love the cut and the print. And we love a good set. Anything that makes it easier to get dressed on a laxed pool day, I'm here for it. Accessories, we're going to keep it simple, but they're necessary.
Oh my God. Get this. You did all that shit. You know what? Listen, you want us to see that you got a nice little ass on you. What is this, darling? Why? 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 What? Why? Why? What is the point of this? You can't send me that as a man just out of nowhere. And I'm going to be like, damn, bitch, why would you send this to me? It ain't like I requested it. Ain't like we had a heated discussion and I said, you got any sexy pictures? What would make you take this and post this on social media? Why? Because you feel ugly. You wouldn't believe me. Oh, you're a pretty woman. No, you believe me when I tell you, you ugly bitch. Oh, fuck you, nigga. You ain't shit. Your podcast is whack, you corny ass old nigga. Yes, you're going to do a Claudia Jordan. I know you will. Because you responded to ugly treatment. Why would you take a picture like Little Kim? When Little Kim took that picture, she was in her fucking early 20s. Why? Why be so nasty for what? Attention? Oh my God. Sister. Okay. Let's see another one. Oh, here you go. Now you want to look like a biracial bitch. Come on now, boo. You know you don't look like that. You know you don't look like that. You know you don't. Jesus Christ. This is painful. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. All right, here's another one.
Yep, I'm saying like, bing, bop, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I know. The black man said you need to work out, so you're going to show him that you got a little, at least your body's natural. But come on, sister. Come on. Oh, my God. I just can't, man. This is not low self-esteem. This is when you're not happy of who you are. She struggles with that a lot. She believes everything I said. When did she post this video with Chris Brown? Hold on.
Ain't no way.
When did she post this? So this has happened 2 days ago? When is it? 2 days? Yeah. Wow. And she don't see nothing wrong with it. Named Kayla Nicole is the ex-football player. Travis Kelce left her for Taylor Swift. Oh my God, that's damage. You know, there's nothing worse than, let me tell you something as a black woman. There's nothing worse when your man leave you for a white bitch. That's bad. See, you got to watch it. See, black women, when you deal with a black man, and you know he likes playing with them Oreos, he likes playing with the little vanilla, you got to be careful with that. He could do a lot of damage to you psychologically. The ex-football player, he left you for a white bitch. That's damaging. That's damaging. She said, I won't give some pussy to.
I don't really care what they say when it comes to a difference in age. I can show you all the things I do. Break your heart.
Wow. 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 Look at her face. Look at her face. Just he choking her all out. You know, black woman, keep your fantasies to yourself. You know, you want to think of Chris Brown, go into bed and masturbate to him. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But when you get on stage and put yourself up like this, you know what I mean? You're doing with the ugly bitch. You may think, oh, these girls on my job hating because I'm ugly. You ugly too. You gotta think about that. He's a white nigga, just went back to his car. He one of those. Oh yeah, white nigga. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I got you. So you're a white boy. Yeah, that's worse. Anytime your black or white boyfriend leaves you for a white bitch, that's bad. Let me share this one video, man. There's this sister right now. I told her I'm going to show her love. She got a new little channel, whatever, but I thought this video was interesting because I want to use it for the class real quick. And I want to show you. So, she spoke on this. What is that thing about? Let's talk about Sweetie. Okay, now. Okay, so this sister here, I like new channels. I like new channels with low views. Even though I thought she would add more by this, whatever. But this is a sister. I don't know her, but she says she wants to talk about Sweetie real quick. So
Sweetie and this pretty privilege.
Film meets begin.
The rapper Saweetie claiming that she's not doing well because of pretty privilege, something like that. That's what I extrapolated from the entire conversation.
Well, hold on. I need to hear that interview before I get to this though, because she said talked about. Did anybody hear about this? So Saweetie's talking about pretty privilege. Let me So shout out to the sister here. I don't know her name, but pretty privilege. Okay, so let me get to the video because I don't want to make a comment on some shit that I don't know. So let me go back to I'll be back to her in a second. Let me go back to the video and see what Saweetie's talking about before I judge it entirely. Hold on.
So here's my thing. I didn't even know.
No. Sorry. Hold on. So, new channel, girl. You know what I mean? I spoke to her. I told her, listen, I'm gonna use your video real quick. So let's see what Saweetie's talking about.
On TikTok, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened like my whole life. So it's like what I deal with in the industry is just, different face and case.
Oof. Even now?
Yes, I'm an ugly bitch. I struggle with that because she's depressed right now. She is depressed. She's depressed. She's talking to Nessa's little groupie ass. I can't stand her fucking corny ass. That's Colin Capture's girl. She's whack. Fucking groupie.
Sweetie, don't tell me. I don't, you know what?
On TikTok, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment.
I told you. Can I get some fire in the chat? I told you. Pretty women are ugly. I told you that. I told you. I fucking told you. I need to see this whole interview of this. Hold on. Because she's all fucked up now. It caught up. That depression. So she talked about it with Nessa. So Whitty feels like she's been put. Now that's probably a guy's site. I need to see her on the show. I need to catch that. That was Hot 97. So Saweetie and Nessa. Let's get the video up. Okay, she just was there a couple days ago. Let's see.
You did not leave me vibe to it. Do you feel like which way are you leaning more right now? Or does it just depend on the day?
It depends on the day, but I think that I need some inspo taps into like my day-to-day energy.
Yeah, once they start talking about that energy shit, she did all that slutting. She realized it was short-lived, and now she feels like shit. Do you know the amount of time I could waste to go to this woman and say, yo, you're so beautiful. I don't get it. I get it. Watch her. Just listen.
Only because when people hear songs like Tap In or My Type, they're expecting like this high energy girl all the time.
Right.
But really, like, I'm very chill.
What gets you hyped?
My family, my friends.
What's the first thing you say when you walk in and you see your whole family there?
Meeting my family and seeing my family is an experience. Literally, you walk in the door, no matter who you are, everybody starts screaming, ah! especially my grandma. Like we have one of those families that's very vocal, very high energy. So honestly, I love seeing my family. They like fill me up every time. And we just have such an interesting like dynamic. Like there's so many people in each generation. You know?
Right, of course.
Oh my God, hold on.
With how you're going to give us your debut album. You've been very clear about it. Nice and humble, and you do give credit where it's due, but that really is a testament to your drive. Like, I know you work hard. Like, I know you're on it with everybody like this. Even when before we started this
Shut
your
up.
homegirls, your boo, and just catch a vibe, especially if you're on an island.
When was the last time this happened? Like, what? Like, you're taking the high road.
So when I'm seeing reoccurring things, I'm like, dang, girl, for real? Like this, I'm like, this is the movie theme. This is the premise.
She fell off. She fell. Let me tell you what's happening with Saweetie. Saweetie's, she fell off now. She ain't hot. And she's seeing the competition right now with other prettier women. So she feels less. She's all fucked up. You could tell. That's why she's here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, don't let it get me down.
I feel like you've embraced it.
Like
you're good with it.
Yeah.
Like from the years of having conversations with you to this point, I would say it's effortless for you, right? At this point, you're used to it. Oh, sure. I'm this, I'm that. All right, pile on, everyone. Sure. Do you feel like the industry, let you grow at your own pace, or do you feel like you had to fight for that space for you to grow?
That's a good question. I feel like in moments I do feel pressure.
Sure.
To drop or to post or to be visible, only because of that beautiful machine called the algorithm.
Yes. It's
so
exhausting.
It may not even be the industry. It's just the algorithm, you know, the algorithm of life, the algorithm of being online. I think that's where a lot of the pressure comes from because, visibility is a form of currency. And it's just like if you're not visible sometimes.
Yeah, she's seeing a therapist. She's talking therapist talk. Visibility is a form of currency. She's seeing a therapist. She's all fucked up. She's all fucked up already. Because now she's like, damn, you know what? I'm pretty and I feel ugly. What am I gonna bring now? I don't feel good about myself. I did all this shaking ass. I did. What else am I gonna do? You could tell these are talking points from a therapist.
You don't have the full support that you can have if you're visible all the time.
Right. But you've also gone dark on social media before.
I have.
So it's not.
That was a long time.
Like you were off. But a lot of people who probably need that moment would never, because the idea of falling out from relevancy is too overwhelming. And that's scarier than taking that moment for self. So again, you leading the way in that regard. You were nervous then?
No, bitch, I had oxys. You got to remember, this is the type of woman that's going to need a drug to get through the fucking day. Okay? I'm telling you. She feels hideous.
That's a good question. And in hindsight, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have. I would have been... What? I would have been more strategic about it. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I think my advice for anybody who...
No, darling, don't give us advice because you keep talking from your therapist perspective. We don't want to hear your advice, darling. We don't want to hear your advice. I mean, this is actually quite crazy to be this pretty and be this fucked up. How did you get this disease? Don't give me any advice.
Decide to take a break for that long, pre-shoot content so that you can still be visible, but behind the scenes, you're taking a break. Only because you have to adapt to the game. If you don't adapt, you'll die out.
Damn.
But thankfully,
No, you don't feel none of that, darling. Stop it. Just stop the performance. You don't feel any of that. You feel like shit. I can read right through you.
Rise, honey, rise. I thank God for another opportunity, but I reflect a lot, and the algorithm is a real thing. And if
no, it's not.
You're not Adele. If you're not,
it's not a real thing. It's man-made. It's not real. It's not real. It's not a real. God is a real thing. Spirit.
Waterfall it until you're ready to come gobble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so delicious.
Oh, so it's
like
a
my
good
mouth
day.
yeah.
Trust that though.
Honestly, there's been so many situations where people try me and it's a reoccurring thing. And then it may not happen publicly, it may happen privately, but I'll learn that something awful has happened to them. And I'm like, you see, you shouldn't have played with me. And it's not just me, it may be a whole bunch of karma wrapped into how they treated other people. But it's like, that's why I take the high road. Cause I'm like, if I do what I want to do, am I still going to continue to protect? Am I still going to continue to have the protection that I have?
No, you're not. Because you have no faith in God. See, what happened is you had high expectations and your standards are low. So now that fucked you up. You probably had high expectations from the man you stole, the man you was with, the industry, sucking all them dicks to get in the industry. You had all these high expectations, darling. I don't. You expected a lot of people. And now you're here pandering with Nessa's groupie ass.
Wow, that's powerful.
I don't want to lose that protection.
Okay, maybe that's how I have to reframe it.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like God has protected me time and time again. And I definitely don't want to lose that because who knows?
Take your Indian ass out of here. Just knock it off. You ain't not even black, sister. You're fucking Indian. Just knock it off. Okay? I know you want to be part of our culture, but you are entirely different race. Okay? Knock it off, Nessa. Okay? All right? Y'all got pretty girl issues. That's the problem.
I'd be without that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So you're always going to take the high road, sweetie. That's it.
I hope I do. I really do. Yeah, because sometimes I'd be like this close.
Yeah. Do you feel like now, do you allow stuff on social media to control your artistry, or are you at a place now where you're comfortable and you're good with it and you're going to make the music that you want?
Mm-hmm. I feel like, well, I know I'm at a proud point. And I can't wait to bring other songs to life. I know I shot.
No, you're not. You're not at a proud point because you fell off. You're not at a proud point. You're not even selling no units. The promoters are paying you less money now because you're not hot like you was. Just tell the truth. Tell you struggle in this industry.
A visual to both of them.
Yeah.
But I think that there's something that I need to do to tell the full story in a way I see it in my head.
Yeah.
Because I see it, but I'm like, I have to present it.
Sure.
So I'm getting with some creatives, and for the rest of the year, we're going to figure out how to tell the rest of the story.
I like that. I love that you're tapping into other creatives. I think that's important.
Yeah. I want to get into more storytelling in my visuals too.
Speaking of storytelling, if there was going to be a biopic about you right now, who would you want to be in it?
Who would I want to be in it?
Who would
Nah, why even ask her? She's not even the level of a biopic. Nobody fucking knows her.
Too. I think that's the factor that I see with them. Honestly, my intuition, yes, but there's no. I just always feel like there's something to learn.
Oh yeah,
and to be around another creative individual. Well, I will.
Take us with you. Give us a beauty brand. Give us a line, because I believe you. Mm-hmm. I know you take care of yourself, and
because you're a groupie, Nessa. All right, you're a Sri Lankan ass. Why don't you just shut up and go eat some curry goat? Okay. Why don't you let her just talk, because you know what's happening? You're fueling her, and you know that she's just as crazy as you.
You're so into it. Take us with you.
But you know what I recommend too? A hydrofacial.
You did. You just had one not that long ago.
I just had one 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Why? You don't even like the way you look. What's the point of it?
Say it's been the hardest decision you've ever made.
When I'm really hungry.
Uh-oh.
And I have multiple desires to taste different foods.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't, because you don't want to get fat, and the industry is going to call you a fat bitch. You're all fucked up, man. This industry got you screwed up.
It's really hard for me to, because if I tell you, and that's the third time I'm telling you, I'm hungry.
It's a problem.
I'm not asking no more. I'm telling you, and we need to go eat
right now. We need to go. Okay. What's been the best advice you've received in your life?
I can't think of anything at the moment, but I literally just talked about this today, so it's at the top of my mind. I think the best advice that I get is from the Bible app. They have
Oh boy! So now they're gonna turn to the Bible. Oh God!
My answers were very felt like to be a woman a little bit. People to know that when you turn on a Sweetie song, you can a lot of things, but when it comes to my art, I like.
Before you get out of here, I heard you say debut album next year.
My business team told me that too.
Double down on that. Clear about it.
That.
Trying to find that part.
And like you,
what did they like on the EP?
Both fun.
You know you can flex if you wanted to, sweetie, right?
Yeah.
But so why are you playing nice? Like you're taking the high road.
Because I feel ugly.
You are being extra mindful. Why? Are you more evolved than the rest of us petty people?
Honestly, I didn't really take it as shade, but I thought it was a funny moment because I was like, you know what? I love to be in the 1%. I am the 1%.
No, you're not. You're not the 1%. That's false. That's bullshit. If you was the 1%, you wouldn't been talking on here you wouldn't been trying to convince us for 33 minutes of an interview. Okay, that we learned nothing about. You're not part of the 1%. I'm telling you, you're not. Okay, you're suffering right now. Okay, because the industry gives you, what do they give you 3 years? You understand what I'm saying? We got to go to that part where she was talking about that. Let's go to the part where she was talking about that. Maybe I could go to the comments. Hold on. See where she's talking about that part. Very boring interview. Very dark. Guess it didn't go viral. How many views she got? I don't know why it's not showing. Hold on.
Anybody who decides to take a break for that long, pre-shoot content so that you can still be visible, but behind the scenes, you're taking a break. The battle that I faced once I was coming back onto the game.
Oh.
Yeah, but not with the industry, just with the algorithm. Because if I'm trying to promote something, but if you haven't posted in a while, the algorithm is not in your favor. Right. And I'm just like, hold on, what's going on with the algorithm, girl?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it was a learning moment. So I would really encourage newer artists who do need to take, or just artists, period, crash out.
No. I don't think you've ever had a crash out moment where you really. Now you did warn us. You said the day
I did
can read somebody with no filter.
You have to think like I'm one of those people who like I make myself laugh sometimes. So I should say that. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that. But I'm just like the day I just go with no filter.
That's right.
I really fear that day. Hopefully we never even see it.
Hopefully, or maybe we'll hear it in the music.
Yeah. You know what? That's good. I can alchemize those emotions and put it into the music.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so many ways to view that because yes, you can get those emotions off your chest, but there's also a theory that if somebody can make you react and crash out, that they have power over you. Ooh. And I never want somebody to have power over me.
They do have power over you, darling. That's why you're talking about it. You know, it's pretty sad when there's nothing we learned here. You know what I mean? I know she's depressed, and it is what it is, right? But so the sister that I'm talking about here, she did a little rendition about it. I just want to see.
Who's sweet. I've never known her for her music. For me, I was introduced to her because she was dating Quavo at one point, and I remember they had that incident in the elevator, and she tried to flip the whole situation on him. And then when you watch the footage,
okay, hold on. No, respectfully, no disrespect, sister. Let me explain something to you, sister. I fuck with you. I do. I like your content. I like what you're doing. When you see a woman flipping out on a man, she's suffering with an ugly duckling disease, majorly. That's why she hit him. Quavo's a piece of shit. Offset. All them niggas, God bless the dead. The one that actually died, it was a real one. They killed the real nigga. They left the trash. Okay. So at the end of the day, what ends up happening, a lot of women, a lot of sisters, y'all gotta understand, like, never get on the man's side. You're gonna lose. I'm gonna leave it there. Never, ever, ever, ever take a man's side. We're not loyal to you. Don't ever take a man's side. All right? If your fucking husband comes home and he said the neighborhood bitch across the street says she raped him, he did. Okay? Don't protect him because he has a dick. You don't have two heads, black woman. You have one. Okay? All right? We have two and we think with the fucking one that's in between our legs. Okay? Don't believe him. That's why when there's an accusation, we're in trouble. Because the accusation looks worse than the actual situation. It could have been fake. But now we got to go to court and prove it and probably hit this girl up for her to say it was all a lie. So I just want to say that, sister, respectfully.
Quavo at one point, and I remember they had that incident in the elevator, and she tried to flip the whole situation on him. And then when you watch the footage, she's the one hitting him, throwing shit at him. I think she threw a bag at him.
Well, she should have. That's what you got to do. You know what I mean? Throw the fucking bag at him. You know what I mean? There's something he did wrong. He's a nigger.
Something he had just bought her. And then she dated YG, and that ended in fire and smoke too. So I was like, that's interesting. But for her to use the excuse of Pretty for why she's not doing so well is absolutely asinine.
No, it's not. No, it's not at all. She's right. Because what happens is this, not her. What happens is with sweetie, you got to remember, if you're 15 years old, right, and you're a 20-year-old singer, and you got this woman in your neighborhood is 15, now you're 25, and now that woman that was 15 is 20. Okay? Pretty privilege, they're going to go for the 20-year-old. I don't give a fuck if you the neighborhood bitch. If you the neighborhood chick and you the bad chick for the last 5 years and that young girl that was in high school is now a grown woman, she's going to be the next in line. So she's right. The pretty privilege is a problem. Especially when you don't have a plan. Okay? So Weedy's right. Okay? I'm just saying to the sister, respectfully.
Like, girl, what you smoking? Can I have some? Because what? What are you talking about? Here's what's interesting. This current generation of new humans, y'all are a mess. Y'all have zero accountability.
No, no. They don't have direction. Because the old folks, like you and me, you know what I mean? They ain't teaching them. I know I don't want to fucking be bothered. I could stop doing this live stream and stop doing YouTube right now. They're going to make me and you'll be fucked up more than me. I'm talking to my audience. So in regards to the sister that's doing the video, no, it's not the generation's a mess. Everybody's a mess. Everybody is. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality is that if Sweetie said that, she's right. She's crying out for help. She realizes that pretty shit, you know what I mean, is a motherfucker. Especially when you feel ugly. Okay? Because once the next situation pops up and now you got all these other singers, like, damn, what am I going to do? Producers don't want to work with me no more. They want to charge more. I'm making less money. I owe this. That's a lot of stress.
And all the entitlement. An excuse for everything. So your excuse for not performing to the caliber that you should be performing at, according to you, is based off how you look?
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Oh, yes, it is. Absolutely. Okay, let Beyonce become a fat bitch and see what happens to her career. She can't get fat. Okay? We see what happened when fucking, what's the singer that came in Little African? You don't hear shit from her now. They had to silence her ass. Okay? Act like you want me. They want me. Remember that girl? Chyla, right? What happened to her? Beyonce doesn't want to lose the crown because she knows how easy it is. That pretty privilege is that shit is real. Okay, especially when you got the ugly duckling disease. Okay, Sweetie's gonna have a hard time because she feels ugly. That's what it is.
Here's a reality. You're pretty. In the words of Azalea Banks. Now what?
Azalea Banks is an ugly bitch. You can't even go about with anything what Azalea say. She's ugly. Now that's ugly. She's just busted. You can't listen to a busted bitch about a pretty bitch. Okay, the ugly duckling disease is only on a pretty woman. Azalea Banks is busted. Okay? Of course she's going to have an issue with that. She can't say a fucking word. Okay? We don't talk about Azalea Banks. Okay? Because we already know she's busted. You know what I mean? So she's going to have an issue. Okay? Because Sweetie looks 10 times better. But the problem is she has that ugly duckling disease. She's not part of the 1%.
Like, okay, and you got to be more than just pretty to make it in this world. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Beyonce couldn't dance or sing.
She'll still be a pretty bitch. She's still going to be a light-skinned, fine bitch. She just got to stay good looking. The problem is Beyonce has to know she's pretty. That's the problem. Saweetie doesn't know she's pretty. She probably seen a few Instagram models like, damn, I got to step my game up. And that fucking demolished her.
You think she'd be as famous as she is? Absolutely not. You got to deliver. You got to deliver.
Deliver what? Now, again, I'm just using it as a class. The sister, no issue with it. We're doing this for the classroom. What does she got to deliver? What does she got to deliver? If she got no talent, what is she going to deliver? Is she talented with something else?
And the reality is everyone that was in her category when she first got hot are all doing really well.
Yeah, but she's not. She's not doing well anymore. There's a lot of women that scooped her category. Sweetie's not doing good anymore. And she realizes right now that the pretty privilege, you know what I mean, is a motherfucker when you don't feel pretty. See, the problem with Sweetie, she doesn't feel pretty. So it's diluting her mode to be in a pretty privilege.
So what is your excuse? Like my government teacher said in high school, Mr. Weber, shout out to Mr. Weber. Mr. Weber said, the system is built for everyone not to win. So when you
That's not true. That's not true. Mr. Weber, sorry, respectfully, that's not true. There's enough for everybody to make it out here. That's not true. There's no teacher that could have told me that. My teachers all told me and said sky's the limit. That's not true. That's not true. That was his opinion, but that's not true. I would have told him, no, that's bullshit. My father didn't tell me that. You know what I mean?
You win, it's a major thing. That goes for the entertainment business.
Yeah, for entertainment. Entertainment, entertainment, but not life. That's not true. That's entertainment. That's a small speck on the scale. There's enough for everybody out here to be a billionaire. So that's not true. There's no limit of making money. You know what I mean? There's no limit of it. They'll print as many money that they have to print.
To be the most talented. We all know that. You ain't got to be the most talented. You definitely don't have to be the cutest. But you have
Oh,
to.
yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. But you got to feel cute. You have to be the cutest. That's not true, especially in entertainment.
Have something. And it's got to be more than a cute face and a fat ass that you bought.
No, it really doesn't. A nigga will marry you with a cute ass and a fat ass. That's not true. That's why Saweetie's all fucked up, because she been through all that. That's not true. That's not true, sister. Respectfully. That ain't true. That ain't true. See, a lot of men would talk like this. This is something that a man would say. Respectfully. There's no disrespect to this sister. I just spoke to her. I just told her I want to use her video for the class. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Check it out. Follow her.
I'm just saying, to sit on any type of program and use that as an excuse for why you're not doing so well is absolutely ridiculous.
No, it's not. It ain't ridiculous at all. It's the truth. Okay? The pretty woman, the prettiest woman is the ugliest woman in the room. And she feels that. And Sweetie's just proving it. She's suffering right now. You can look at her face.
That lets me know that you are in your wrong lane. You need to go find some. Maybe you need to go be a CNA or something, because that's absolutely ridiculous. I hate excuses for dumb shit. I hate that. It's like Hollywood, even the people that sell out, who compromise their morals, quote unquote, sell their souls to do that, you still got to do the work. You still have to do the work no matter what. And for her to use that as an excuse, if I was the record company, I'd be like, this bitch is crazy.
No. She's not. She's just pretty. She has the ugly duckling disease. You know what I mean? If you was in a record company right now, you would have to say what A&R is going to build this artist up, because Saweetie ain't the shit no more. She needs a new image. She looks like Cardi B. And Cardi B is killing that image. Okay, Cardi B's suffering, but at least she's got a better image, pregnant and all that. You see Sweetie in person, you're not going to say, oh shit, that's Sweetie. Okay, we're not going to know who she is. She doesn't have an image anymore. So now we got to create an image for her.
Like what? And the funny thing is everyone, my thing is, who are you hanging around that is entertaining this thinking? Let's keep it real.
The internet. She just spoke on that. The internet's keeping it like that. The internet shows her that she's not what she was. She's not doing songs with SZA. She's not doing songs with none of these big artists. Summer. She's not doing shit. She may do a little bullshit Lifetime movie, something to come out, but you know what I mean? Maybe she should get into acting. But she's not hot anymore. You know this, and I know it.
Whoever is around you is not your friend, because the whole point of success and being better is to surround yourself with people that are better than you.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true, darling. Respectfully. That ain't true at all. There's no truth in it. There's no truth in it. You can't look for people that's doing better than you. What's the point? I'm not going to be the loser and they're all doing better than me. That doesn't go like that. People that, listen, I don't want to be around nobody that ain't doing shit. So that's not true. I can't be better than you. I'm better than a lot of motherfuckers. They ain't going to be around me. That's not true. That doesn't work. That a lot of people talk about that doesn't work. Why is Cardi pregnant again? Didn't she just have a baby? Because Cardi's an ugly bitch. All Cardi's going to keep doing is pumping babies from different black apes. It's going to be that first fucking ape from goddamn Atlanta. All right, then she got fucking this other clown. It'll be another nigga. She can't keep nobody. She's a slut. She's just gonna keep. That's all she. What else is she gonna do to stay hot? Cardi's finished.
The whole point is to rise to the occasion, not dumb yourself down. And when you start making excuses for why you're not successful, that's an issue.
That's why nobody likes to tell you what they feel, because you'll call it excuses. It's not an excuse. She's telling the truth. She's crying out for help. See, a lot of y'all sisters gotta take heed to this. When y'all men making excuses, well, how's he making an excuse if he just told you what he feels? Now you tell somebody that they giving you excuses. They say, I ain't telling that bitch no more shit, no more. Fuck her. Oh, it's just an excuse. That's a kick in the ass. You may ask a person, man, what's going on with you, man? Your friend. Hey, what's going on with you, man? Nah, man, I just been staying to myself, man. I've been busy. Oh, that's just an excuse. Man, fuck you. I'm not telling you shit anymore, brother. You know what I mean? Never tell a person they just giving you excuses unless you a cop and they sit in an interrogation room and you getting paid to find out, investigate something. But you know what I mean? We're not investigators. If a person gives you something, they probably didn't want to tell you the truth. That's why people don't like to open up to people, because I may brush you off with an answer and you may say, well, you're just making excuses. And I'm like, really? Damn, nigga, I was about to open up to you. Fuck you. Nate, has this person ever watched your channel? No. She's not one of us at all. I'm just using her for I told her I want to use this for the purpose of the class. You know what I mean? Because she's not one of us whatsoever. Respectfully, she ain't one of us at all. Not at all. You know what I mean? Not at all. But what she talks about, a lot of people talk like her. You know, I have family members that talk like this and they go no fucking where. You know what I mean? Because none of that shit works. When you say, oh, surround yourself around positive people and people that got things going on. No. Just get your shit together. Let them follow you. That's all. This doesn't work. So she's not one of us at all, respectfully. But I like what she's doing. It's just not my thing. She's not one of us.
And you're the reason you're not successful. It don't have shit to do with anything else but you, ma'am. It has nothing to do with you being pretty. Because there's plenty
Yeah,
of
it does. It does, darling. It does. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, because Saweetie's a fine bitch. And she don't feel that no more. That's a problem. It has everything to do with looks. Are you kidding me? Looks are everything. Oh no, it's not. Oh yes, the fuck it is. Okay? When you look good, you should feel good. If you look good and feel like shit, that's a problem. Something's wrong with you.
people who ain't even that cute who are just as famous, if not even more.
Well, that's the problem. We all talked about that because there's a lot of ugly bitches that feel beautiful. You know? Are they entitled to that? No. But if that's what they feel, that's what they feel. It's not true.
Like that girl, that's my best friend. She's a real fly chick. Somebody parked in my fucking parking spot. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Let me go return these videotapes.
Okay. Well, again, we appreciate you, sister. The reason why I showed her is this mindset is very common. You know, she got a new channel. She doing it. I don't know her. You know what I mean? Now, am I showing this? Is she one of us? Is the B mindsetter? Not nothing at all. That's two complete different mindsets. But the problem is when you're listening to a person like Sweetie, and you're sitting there like Nessa, and you're just playing groupie. Let her get comfortable to talk, so the excuses could turn into. Let her to get comfortable to talk, so the excuses that we perceive as excuses turn out to be a testimony. You want her to be comfortable, or anybody you talk to, you want them to give you a testimony so they can get comfortable. It's a process. Let them get comfortable. Okay? If Nessa would stop grouping, if Saweetie was talking to me, I'll have her crying. She'll be up there tearing like a motherfucker with me, Nate. I feel so ugly. Sometimes I feel, she's not asking none of the right questions. She's just doing groupie shit because she's trying to promote a new album. And there's a chance that the album may not do good. And that's going to set Sweetie in another depression. So now she has to go to social media, post half naked, which she hates to do. All right? Fuck somebody's goddamn boyfriend in a game to build, you know what I mean? To have a celebrity motherfucking goddamn some social media going crazy. You know what I mean? It's different talking to me. Okay? So I'm just saying to you, whether it's this sister here or Nessa, none of them are part of the B mindset. However, for the class purposes, I need to use an example of if everybody's listening to what y'all saying in regards to Nessa, this young woman here, you know what I mean? It's not going to work for you. You got to get to the nitty gritty. You know, Sweetie talking to me one-on-one, I have her fucking in tears. And I ain't got to say much. All I'll do is listen. She going to get comfortable after a while. She may sip a little something, chill, and before you know it, the tears are going to roll out. And I'm going to say, do you ever feel ugly sometimes? And she's going to shake her head and say, yes, I do. Okay. And I'm going to say, why? Well, my father and the algorithm on social media. And y'all going to say, oh, fuck that bitch. It's just an excuse. No, it's not. It's never an excuse when a person is giving you a testimony. Let them talk. It's an excuse when your husband comes home and the motherfucker was fucking with the next bitch and told you that he still was at work. That's an excuse. But it ain't an excuse if the nigga say, you know what, I wanted some new pussy. Oh, that's an excuse. Oh, my manhood cries for this. As a man, I need multiple pussies. Oh, that's just an excuse. No, it's not an excuse. You're ignoring it. understand what the truth is when a man is or a woman's able to tell you, God damn it, you know what? I'm comfortable enough to tell you this. I gotta get it off. Okay. Yes, she said Nate was. So shout out to the sister. Shout out to Tanya Drew, my girl. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to Rashida. Shout out to Gail. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Much love. Enjoy your day. Okay. Beware. Pay attention. You watch. Oh, Nate, is the girl that walks around with underwear and makeup. Watch these little high school kids walking around with makeup. 14, 15 years old with fucking makeup and short fucking spandex. You know, they feel ugly. So they dress like a slut to get the attention from the boys. And then when another girl comes in with her big butt and makeup, God damn it, shit, we got another bitch. I'm no longer the pretty one. There's another pretty one here. Now she feels a step level uglier and uglier. And it keeps going and going and going. They're all fucked up. You got to pay attention. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a nice day. Class is dismissed.